what's going on, everybody? As you all know by now, they passed that stupid bill that should not have been passed. The president shouldn't have signed it, in my opinion. It's wasting a lot of money on stupid things like $100 million to the Smithsonian and all this. That I could go on for a long time. There's over 1,000 pages to this bill. I'm going to put a link to the bill in the description. If you have any time, just scroll through it. It's got a lot of things that are just unnecessary at this moment in time. But yeah, like I said earlier, I don't think this bill should have been signed. That government shutdown wasn't hurting hardly anybody I knew, if anybody at all that I knew. It wouldn't have been that big of a deal. It would have made them have to negotiate further and harder to get something that made more sense passed. I know a lot of people are like, oh, they shouldn't shut down the government. But did you notice that it was mainly government officials and the media saying that this is hurting the American people, this is hurting the continuity of government and all this? It was only them. They were interviewing people. CNN, they interviewed a couple that worked for a federal prison system, and both of them were pretty much down. They said, yeah, we just got to save more money and be smart how we spend it. But they understood why the government was shut down. They were for the government shutdown, and these were workers that had gotten pretty much to where they were not getting paid for their work, but they were still going into work. They also knew that they were going to get all their back pay once they went back to work. But yeah, this bill has got some bad things in it, and it shouldn't have been signed. Now the big thing is, now that the president decided to sign it and declare a national emergency, he's setting some sort of precedent. No, he's not. From the way I remember it, it was Bill Clinton. He had 15 national emergencies. George Bush had declared 13, and President Obama declared 12 to get things that they wanted done. So, how is this setting any type of precedent? It's not setting a precedent. You know? This is for border security. And we do have a crisis of drugs and human trafficking and violent criminals, gang members and whatnot coming in from the southern border. That's a national emergency, if you ask me. They just had one of the biggest busts of fentanyl, which has killed thousands of Americans here recently. Over 250 pounds of the stuff, which could kill every single person in the United States. That's not concerning to the left. That only wants to allocate 1.3 billion or something like that towards border security, or the fence wall, however you want to describe it. Semantics don't really matter. It's the same thing. Look at the definition of fence. It's all included. It's all just semantics. This is why our government is laughable sometimes, because they'll put up an argument of semantics rather than an argument of the sheer facts. The facts are, a lot of people have died because of stuff coming illegally over that border. But they don't care about that. They don't care about that at all. They care about their own little narratives and their own little agendas. They don't actually care about us, the people. This is foolish. Passing this bill was foolish. I know they just didn't want to shut down the government again. Why? What's a better negotiating tool than people having to work without getting paid? That's a big negotiating tool right there. And why can't they work together to actually make something that makes sense? Why does it always have to be, oh, it's going to suck for both of us? How about we change that way of thinking? Wouldn't that be a better way to think? Is this, all right, let's make it to where we're both benefiting. Let's make a deal to where we're all happy, not we're all upset. That doesn't make any sense. That's borderline retarded behavior right there. Let's both just take a crappy deal. Come on, man. The people that are going to suffer, these are all people that are going to be dead within the next 20 or 30 years. It's all of us younger people that have to eat this stuff. You know? How come they couldn't have put something in the bill to try to lower the national debt? How come they couldn't have put, since it's over $1 trillion bill, how come they couldn't have put a good portion of that to lowering the debt? I mean, we're all already in debt. I've mentioned it in a previous video. We're already in bad debt as individuals. Even when you think you're debt free, you're not, because you have a federal debt. If you're a taxpayer, you got a federal debt of $66,000. If you're a non-taxpayer citizen, then you have a debt of $130,000. That's a house. Come on. And like I said, there's no precedent being set by declaring a national emergency for this, so I don't know why they're bitching about that, because this has been a thing that presidents have done forever. Well, not forever, since the 70s or something. Still, I know they're going to say it's precedent for when the liberals get involved. They're going to try to be like, okay, well, climate change. This is a national emergency. Not really. It's not really a national emergency. And you got morons like AOC sitting here saying the world's going to end in 12 years if we don't do something. No, it's not. How crazy of a person are you to think that? And she's in our Congress. This woman is a non-elected official. She's not technically elected. She won by primary, and it's a big scam pretty much. But yeah, this is crazy. This is just crazy. We're listening to literally crazy people. These people are insane. and we have to go along with it. We the people have to go along with it. But like I said, I'm gonna put a link in the description to the whole new bill. I know you're not gonna want to look at all of it, but just scan through it if you want. If not, I'm gonna be doing a lot of reading here lately. I mean, that's gonna take me a while to get through. It's 1,000-something pages. It's like over 1,020 pages. So I'm gonna be going through it just for I could point out some of the absolutely ridiculous stuff in it. Stuff that we don't even need to be focused on at the moment. We got bigger problems, bigger fish to fry. But they put it in there. And they put all that stupid stuff in there because they know the Republicans didn't want to shut down the government again. And they knew we were going to do whatever to keep it open. Why? I don't know. That was a good bargaining chip and we lost it. But yeah, I'm going to get off here because I'm agitated at this bill. And I'm going to be agitated for a while because I'm going to continue reading this dang thing. But as always, like, share, subscribe. I'll catch y'all on the flip side.